Rich Hill, Contra TV. Okay. Here.
Hey Rich, welcome to Toronto. I heard you had trouble getting past the Canadian border. Like, what was up with the situation?
I got some charges, like some prior charges from when I was arrested for possession before, so they tried to stop me and tell me I can't come into Canada till 2020, but we worked around it.
Yeah. The first thing I noticed was your tattoos, so what can you tell us about them?
Yeah, all my tattoos are like black and gray. A lot of them are cartoon. Other than that, like go to Norm. You know, like that whole LA style, you know? The writing and the black and gray and shit like that. Every time I sit back down for a tattoo, it's like, why am I back here, you know?
Yeah.
I'm working on my back piece. I'm probably gonna do a skull with girls on the side of it or something like that, but I'm not sure exactly what I want yet.
And you have like, I love you dad tattooed on your neck, right?
Yeah, right up here.
So is that like one of your most meaningful tattoos?
I wouldn't say it's the most meaningful tattoo. I don't really have one that's the most meaningful. I got my sister's names here, Fufu and Kathleen, and I see those every day, so
yeah,
like that, so that's how.
Being raised in the Hilfiger family, did you find it hard growing up in the spotlight?
Yeah, you could say so. I wasn't around that much. I would go mess around with friends, girls, or like go downtown or whatever. So I wasn't a part of that whole industry part of my family's life.
So like, when did you get into rapping then?
Fuck, I started rapping at 11 years old. I started writing raps. Swiss signed me when I was like 16, and we went on the road right after that, and I started touring with him and shit. Yeah. And he kind of taught me how to write hooks and perform and shit like that.
So who would you say are your musical influences?
The main shit I listen to is like Bob Dylan, Hendrix, but then I listen to a lot of Cameron and like Beans and Philly's Most Wanted and shit like that, you know?
Yeah. Would you say it's harder to establish yourself as Rich Hill the artist and not just like Rich Hill Tommy's son?
Establishing my own name was always a goal for me, you know, still is, like whatever that takes, you know, to get that point across, but it's always working on it, you know?
Tell us about how you and Lex Luger collaborated.
He wrote on Twitter, he didn't even have my Twitter name, he just wrote on Twitter, yo, I want to work with Rich Hill, and a bunch of fans like retweeted it at me and shit, so I was like, oh fuck, that's hot. What he was explaining to me is like, he doesn't really listen to a lot of that rap shit either. Yeah. And he was into my kind of sound, and he likes that whole druggy, slowed down kind of feel. He just started sending me like 8 beats a day, and I just did them all and sent them back.
How did you come up with the concept for SYLDD?
I came up with that because it supports your local drug dealer. Like, if you listen to my music, you know that I'm fond of drugs or like whatever. So it's really that. People always ask me like, what's the other meaning to it? There has to be another meaning, but there's no other meaning. It's really just support your local drug dealer.
Yeah. And do you ever see yourself pursuing a clothing line?
Yeah, I'm so ADD with it. Like, that's not what I was put on this earth to do. But I'm doing it. You know, we're doing like a whole line for SYLDD, but I'm not gonna ever do nothing too serious.
You're currently working on your new album, so what can we expect from the project?
Compared to 500 grams, it's not gonna be as much like rapping. It's gonna be a lot of that subconscious, mellow, dramatic, kind of druggy, dark feel, you know? Lex is on there, Cardo's on there. A lot of my in-house guys too, though, like Delivery Boy, Avenue, and Bobby. And I'm doing some production on that too.
So tonight's your big performance for the grand opening of Community 54 in Toronto, along with Thin Contra magazine. So are you excited to meet your fans?
Yeah, fuck yeah, tonight's gonna be dope, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this, yeah.